Hi, this is Dan Stewart, and this is your NORAM Asset Management Market Update, Tuesday, July 20th, 2010. Well, the market started off really rocky today, selling off after IBM after the bell yesterday came in with revenues lighter than expected. The markets were down fairly significantly, but we got a rally about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The Dow ended up 75 points to 10,230. The S&P ended up 12 to 1083, and the NASDAQ ended up 24 to 2222. Volume was a little bit less than its 30-day moving average, but healthy nevertheless. It was 4.9 billion shares on the New York, and it was over 1.8 billion on the NASDAQ. Gold was up $9.80 to $11.91.5. Silver was up 15 cents to $17.68. And oil was up 61 cents to 77.15. On the Treasury front, 5-year Treasury 1.67, 10-year was 2.93, and 30-year 3.96. Yields were slightly down and therefore prices were up. There was a little bit of a flight to quality toward the first half of the day due to the sell-off. The US dollar was up against the euro and up against the yen, but down against the pound. Over in Europe, the markets were down across the board with the exception of Spain, which was up over 1%. A late rally over in Europe still couldn't pull them out of the negative. Our bad U.S. housing numbers, along with Goldman Sachs' bad earnings report today, pulled the European markets down. Asia was another story, though. Asia was up across the board with the exception of Japan. Japan was down a little over 1%. And India was down a third. Yes, Japan's market was open today. Shanghai was up big, over 2%. A report came out today that the jobless rate fell in 39 states and in Washington, D.C. But if you look underneath the numbers, it's a little bit misleading. Housing starts also had a significant decline. Month over month, they declined 5%. Estimates were around 2.5%. Goldman Sachs profits plunged 82%. That's no surprise there with that $550 million fine levied by the government. And J&J misses their forecast of revenue. Over the next few days, we need to pay attention to see if all the companies are reporting lighter revenue. You can't just beat estimates on the bottom line, the profit, by cutting cost. At some point, you've got to grow your top line. For a broad-based rally, we need some type of economic recovery so these companies can grow their top line, their revenue number. What's going to be the impetus? Things don't look too promising thus far. And this has been Dan Stewart with your NORAM Asset Management Market Update, Tuesday, July 20th, 2010.